You see how we're twinning with the blankets on our glasses? You don't have any going on your glasses. Blaine,
I'll
you
go
know?
to find, okay. Do you have Dave on?
Michelle and
I
I
did not start Dave.
Oh, we have Blaine on our glasses.
Okay.
Laptop already going?
She said she was gonna get going.
Okay.
Am I gonna lose room over there?
No, you'll be okay.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, but I'm sure, maybe she's not done passing on. Well, Dave's in the speaker.
Is she just putting him through personal meetings? Is she putting Dave through personal meetings? Is that how she's doing it?
She didn't set it up?
Oh, I can't remember.
She had already sent us a link and stuff.
All right. So I just
Good evening.
figure out what we're gonna do.
Hello,
Hello?
how are you?
How
Yep.
you doing?
They've
What
already.
you guys just waiting out in the winds?
Well, there was it would
Let
be
you
weird,
guys
so you're
be
sitting
done.
in there.
Wherever you want me to.
No, I saw Jessica. come
I
in.
came in and then I was like,
Do you know when the stupid thing is?
Hello?
Oh, wait.
Come up. Okay.
Select board work, what's today's date?
Right? Well, so it's not in what we got, right?
Thank you, 'cause I'm like, geez.
I have an approach in my head today, Michelle.
Oh, I know. I forgot this part.
Are we gonna get the same information? that-
Yeah. Yes, oh, okay. You guys have already been over. I'm like, okay.
So those are ours?
To add to your collection.
No,
Okay.
those are their copies.
I gotta find it. Hopefully it's all kept.
Thought she was supposed to,
Sign in.
What?
thought Lindsay was leaving me something.
Oh, yeah, I have it.
I'm getting Dave online for you guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you sent something, 'cause I had put it there and I'm like, I gotta remember to send it.
That was a mud over there.
Oh, no.
I didn't have it.
Oh, shoot, she told me how to.
It was pretty hard, I mean, I watched
You
it
know,
win, I
do you
got
have
thinking
password
about
for
the
Zoom?
LRS.
Do you have an account?
No.
Yeah, we use
I have YouTube. And I don't even
that.
know.
Every year it gets better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, the water comes out of that hill, did you put it? No, I didn't. Yeah, but I don't wanna do that. Cause I don't know where we're going. Yeah. As soon as I put something in, now it's coming, I wanna be dancing away. I did run a drain down the ditch down the side and it was out of Chapel Shore. And that took her a lot.
Doesn't feel right. That's,
I'll move over.
no, that's Rusty's seat.
Where is it?
He's on,
He's out of town.
he's out.
Playing vacation? Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Art.
I'm
You
not so,
already got yours. You're wishing you had another one,
I
right?
am wishing I had another one. Both my kids decided to play softball and they're on different teams.
the way he talked, I don't think he had much choice.
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
All right, I guess, does someone want to see if Dave is joining? Because I got through going.
Thanks for explaining on it.
Twist my arm.
Oh, Dave?
Feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just talked to him.
Oh, he was? Okay, so I'm just waiting for him to join. Here he is.
Trying to find a trip with my sister.
All right, should be good.
Are you there, Dave?
He's joining right now. His audio's almost on. Okay, Jeanette should be outside. He's still joining, but it should be okay.
Okay. It's been.
Mics and everything.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, make sure you,
Wait,
gotta be 12 inches. Is he on?
it's
slow tonight.
Is it?
Yeah,
Connection.
I'm the one who moved that just. 'cause
Fair.
I don't need it close to me.
That's some of us are shorter than others.
Go on there, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
That be turned up a little bit. Please.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, I guess I could have done that.
Go.
Can you talk again?
You talking to me?
Oh, there you are.
Better.
All right. You all set?
Ooh, you got a mic?
Sure.
We don't have any,
Yeah, I'm working on it.
okay. she's
All right, well, I'll
trying-
just, I'll,
She's trying to keep us information from us.
No, we're not.
can I
No,
open?
I'm teasing you. I'm
Don't
teasing
start
you.
that rumor.
Teasing you.
Right.
Okay, so.
It's hard to follow along. Here.
Thank you. So with the exception of the contingency account, this is where we are right now. Where's my copy?
Are you starting now? Or do you want me to open?
Oh. I'm sorry.
We've had talks about this.
I've been doing this for half an hour, 45 minutes now.
I know you have. I know you have. Take a breather.
You know
You-
me, I just take that.
I know. All right. Good evening and welcome to the Select Board Joint Budget Meeting. Joining us tonight for our session is the Budget Committee. This meeting is being held by the Select Board to review and finalize town budgets for fiscal year 2024. Before we begin, I'd like to start off addressing some general housekeeping. This is not a regular Select Board meeting, nor is it a public hearing. This meeting is open to the public and is being recorded live. However, we will not be taking public comment. We ask that audience members be respectful and keep all side conversations outside of this meeting. Any individuals being continuously disruptive may be asked to leave. The Select Board has completed the budget for fiscal year 24. During this meeting, we will review each line item with the Budget Committee and hear their recommendations before finalizing the budget. Thank you all for attending tonight's meeting. The board will begin review of the budget for fiscal year 24. And Select Board Member Alves is on the speaker over here.
You all set?
All set.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry about that.
Nope.
Okay, so in your packets and what I just handed the budget committee is where we currently are at the moment, with the exception of contingency. Budget committee just voted to reduce that to $2,500. So as you can see, the budget's already up by $549,000 and 500. I can't do it.
Yeah, I
John.
do.
549,077 without salaries and benefits. That is mainly due to plowing, salting, and sanding the roads. Paving is up. The GMFR needs more coverage, that's up. County is up by 32,000, school is up by 93,000. And that's how we get to the 549,000. Currently, if I use last year's valuation numbers, that's an addition to 83 cents on the mill rate.
Thank you.
Okay, so the board was tasked with adding a town manager, which you voted in November of 2022. They've also been tasked with looking into salaries, and we had an outside company come in and take a look at our salaries, tell us where we were too low, where we were too high. Thankfully, we're not too high. So taking into consideration adding the town manager, adding the difference to bring all of those employees who are not fairly waged up to a fair wage and a marketable wage. That increase, if we keep doing things the way we're doing, status quo, keeping everything the way it is $153,790 for salaries and benefits alone. So you saw where it was gonna be $549,000 Now it's up to 702,000. That's gonna be $1.07 approximately using last year's mill rate on the, using last year's valuation on the mill rate. So they had to do some considerations. How can we get better? How can we help our fellow residents? How can we help the taxpayers of Lyman? So they reviewed the budget. I didn't forget.
I was like, we have that.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
couldn't remember. So they took a good hard look at how we're doing business and how can we do it better? How can we release this tax burden? What they did was they, for the select board clerk, this position is gonna be merged with the town manager position. Treasurer versus finance director. Usually with town managers, the treasurer becomes the finance director and the town manager holds the title of treasurer. That is the treasurer's level, according to our survey, is at a 9. The finance director is at a 13. So they're gonna leave it status quo. Deputy town clerk. They took a look at this and asked if we could cover this in-house versus hiring somebody from the outside or hiring an additional person to come in. So they're choosing to cover that in-house. The town clerk. July 1st, town clerk position becomes appointed. Nobody is yet appointed to that position. They're merging the town clerk position with the town manager. To keep in mind that releasing the tax burden that you're already going to bear, getting your roads plowed, getting your coverage, everything else. So what they were managed to do by doing this is flat fund the benefits and the salaries. So you're back to your 549,000. Because of the savings in benefits of 20,000, it's gonna be a fund of 528,000. That's gonna go back to 80 cents on the mill rate, which is what they did.
Oh, man. And so
Hey, I don't work, you work either.
this is how it goes. So it's a cost-cutting measure. And these are the positions that were decided on. And that's all arbitrary. Why did you choose those? If you're looking for total cost savings, why wouldn't you look at a position to cut that actually had or spread out the responsibilities to a higher paid salary?
I from listening and watching and research, 8 other towns do it this way. Bath is one of them where the town manager is the clerk and is the treasurer, and they combine it that way for cost saving measures. This wasn't like pulled out of thin air, like this is the model, that it actually went by what was in the surveys. The survey packet we got, it shows some towns do that. So there's actually 8 towns that this is the model they follow, and that's how they found their savings.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
1170.
Okay.
I did know that.
Did you want to go into?
So
Well, that's just more detail.
Okay.
Everything I just explained.
Yeah.
You have a detail of each and every salary. in your packet.
I got way more questions than answers at this moment.
So if you look at your detail,
When you say detail, what do you?
Okay.
Which one?
Which one?
This one or
this one,
This one?
yep,
Okay.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
All right, cool beans, thank you.
so I listed out every single salary. Took the salary info that we got from the survey. They gave us a minimum and a maximum. I figured out the median. So as you can see, I'm gonna lose my voice today. As you can see, there are some people who are flat funded because they were actually at the median or above. There are
Based-
some people who weren't at the median.
And when you're
So-
saying median, just to clarify so that everyone's on the same page, that's based on the study data that we got back. So we
Correct.
have solid data. It's not just us doing random math and saying this is the median.
No, it's not
Yeah.
us doing random math. It is based on the study
I know
that we
that.
paid to do. What?
I know that. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that
Okay,
everybody
no, I
has that
appreciate
same
that, 'cause-
information. So
I've done this so many times. Thank you, Jen. So some people are flat funded because they were at the median rate, which is the middle rate between the minimum and the maximum, for those that don't know. Some people were brought up to the median rate, and that's how we worked with that.
And just so
That
also that
helps.
everyone has the information, at Monday night's board meeting, we did offer executive sessions to all individuals that were going to be potentially impacted by what we were proposing, so that they heard it directly from the board first and not second, third hand, or live on YouTube. So we did try to communicate, this is what's proposed. I just want to be fair to everybody, that nobody's finding out that their salary is going to be flat funded right now, this moment.
I hope looking at that helps answer some of your questions.
Well, yeah. It just seems really coincidental in a way how it worked out, where a member of your board who's sitting at a table over here has been trying to make sure that the town clerk was removed at some point after her term. So you can see where
Who's that?
where you can hear these things and see these things. And then when it actually happens in front of you, you can see how one could cry foul, one thing. Just seems really coincidental to me. And I understand we're here to talk about money and all that, so I think that because this happened so fast, and when I look at the charter, the way that the charter was proposed and drawn out, this wasn't part of it.
No.
So if we want to fund and keep status quo in our town and have a town clerk who's done a good job for us, if we, the people, decided we wanted to do that, we would have to fund at an increase, obviously.
You pick me up and I'm not good.
Dave?
Yeah, I tried to get it on YouTube. Sorry. It's a bigger screen.
Oh,
Oh,
You know, personally speaking from attending your workshops, I attended both your workshops, and I know Brad was there too. We were the only ones publicly here
Mhm.
and listening to you guys. This was not a light decision. You guys really, you actually tabled it because you couldn't even, it's a hard decision. Downsizing in any business is hard, you know, but in the end, it's the accountability to the taxpayer. And I understand why you did that, you know, and again, you're following models from other towns, you know, and I know you guys did not do it lightly. A lot of thought was given into it, and it was actually models other towns follow. And they work. It's hard not to think of the person. That's always hard. But again, in any business, it's, I've had to let people go, I didn't want to let go.
I understand, and I understand that this happened and this was a decision you made. I mean, I'm sat there, I understand it's hard to make decisions. It's also hard to virtually pull a 60-something-year-old woman's legs out from under her that all has done nothing but a good job for this town. So I can see that it's a hard decision. And that just happened to be the collateral damage, but damn, I mean, it's cold. It's cold. This is not a cold town. We are people who care about each other. It's not, I can see that it's not an easy decision, but I also disagree with the outcome. I disagree with what you're doing with changing other positions as well and putting the town manager in a place. This is an employee who's been here for 9 months.
There's no town manager
There's no
in
town
place.
manager.
There will be a search.
You just said, this is the way I just understood it.
So she used the word merge, which
Can I finish what
Yep.
I'm saying, please? How it was just explained over here was that you were merging the select board clerk and the town manager position, which says to me that your select board clerk just became the town manager.
No,
I
No.
believe I
Okay, because
said,
that's the way I
Yeah.
heard it.
I
no.
believe I said it was being merged into the town manager position.
And I can appreciate why, because I almost interrupted to clarify that the function of those positions will be merged into one position of town manager. Anyone feel free to correct me
Nope,
if I'm
Right,
misspeaking.
the Functions.
And we will have a search for a town manager position. So nobody's automatically being given a town manager
See how
position.
that sounded too, though? Do you understand why?
How did
thought
that
I
sound?
heard that? What I heard.
What you
earlier?
just heard, I could
Yeah,
appreciate why
okay,
you would
thank
think
you.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
So someone else could also lose their job.
Correct.
Potential, yes.
Absolutely.
And that someone else is aware of that. We discussed that.
Can you explain to me one more time what the difference between exempt and non-exempt is?
That's a Fair Labor Standards Act term. So people who are in positions where they're at a higher level, they make decisions, they're at the top, CEOs, CFOs, those kind of people are exempt from the hourly wage.
Okay.
So their salary,
Okay.
because of what they do.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's essentially-
exempt is salary.
Yes,
non-exempt is
correct.
hourly.
Exempt from earning overtime, basically.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
work forever.
I
Yeah.
think hours a week.
Good.
Yeah,
Can I ask my budget committee a question? This is a lot to absorb, all this stuff, and I know we're having this meeting. I don't feel like I'm gonna be ready at all to vote on any of this tonight. And I'm wondering if anybody else feels the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
I am because I attended all the meetings.
But none of it, this is the first and the rest of us have heard of it.
Well, Brad's heard it.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time I've heard of it.
Yep. And it's just, I was just wondering if anybody else felt the same way.
Well, and I have questions about, and Michelle seems to have answers that, not privy to is, I mean, I always thought a town clerk had a very specific job in town and was responsible for a lot. And to combine it with the town manager, I'm not really, and I'm sure that Michelle can explain that to us, but this is probably not the
No,
time
I'm
to
just
do that.
telling you that it's
Yeah.
in models and other towns do it.
Yeah, and I'd like to look at it, I'd like to know like which other towns and see, 'cause obviously somebody's done
Waterboro.
a study on it.
Yeah.
I feel like we,
Waterboro, Bath, I mean,
I feel like we took away a level of check and balance and accountability just by making that not elected. I feel like we made a huge mistake there.
Can I ask a procedural question?
I'll let one, depending on what it is, we'll see what the answer will be.
Okay. My question is that when we have a public hearing, it's usually after the articles are written and you can't change them.
Right.
Unless you change it on the floor. Is there going to be a public hearing before we write the article and vote an article for the selectmen?
Will be after.
Typically not.
No.
Can I ask a procedural question?
You can ask.
Well, it's more of a, I guess it's more of a Jeanette question. So I'll just say this, like, at the end of the day, it's up to the town how we proceed, right? The town has to vote to approve this budget or not approve this budget. I think as a select board, we're tasked with putting together a proposal of a budget to the town because we're here to serve the town. Ultimately, if the town doesn't want this, they can vote this down. What procedurally would happen if that?
So if the budget committee and the board agrees to a dollar amount, that dollar amount is listed on the warrant.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll ask, do you want to vote for this? And if you want to decrease it, that
Mhm.
would be at the time that you would decrease it.
Okay.
And if you don't agree, then it would say what sum? And then there would be discussion on the floor.
Can we put both scenarios on the warrant?
No.
But what we could do is put the higher amount of salaries in there with it just the way it is now, and let the people decide. And let them decide if they want to do something like this or not.
I think the thing we have to keep in mind too is just because someone has the job doesn't mean that they have to advertise that one too, if it turns into a job.
Correct.
They would still have to apply for that job even if they currently.
I understand, and I'm not even suggesting that, but what I'm saying is, let the people decide if this is the way they want to go. That's what I'm saying. That's the point.
I hear you.
You can always lower a budget, but you can't ever raise it. So better to go in with a high number and
Yep.
see what happens.
Then, if that was the case, then I would be prepared to do that.
Well, I think the board was looking at, because of some of the salary discussions the budget committee has had in the past, trying to do some due diligence on, because you were very concerned about making sure that your taxpayers weren't going to take the burden on, and you were looking out for your neighbors and your friends.
And I still am.
The residents. So I think they approached it with, hey, we at least want to attempt to make this happen.
And I'm not complaining about the job. I like the independent study. I was for that. I like that idea, but I really feel like this is too big of a decision to not let the people decide how they want to go forward and how they want their town to operate. I mean, looking at it and having workshops and spending time on it and the work that's done, I applaud you for putting the time and effort in, but I feel like it's a huge chain that I'm not sure that everybody is going to be in favor of it or not. But I really, just like when I was on the board where you sit, I would rather let the people decide these things rather than just me.
But I don't
The
know
more,
how-
the more the better.
I don't know how the people are gonna decide. If you put the higher number in and the people vote for the higher number, it could still be changed.
But the higher
By
number
the
could be,
select board.
the higher number could be brought down.
But-
Is what I'm saying, if the people decided that.
You mean have a discussion about it?
On the town meeting floor, this could all be explained again.
Yeah, you could.
But is it still up to the select board, the structure? Is it no?
I
Meaning,
didn't quite hear that.
Is it up to the select
Organizational
board for the
structure?
structure?
Yes.
The organizational structure?
Organizational structure is that a select board determination no matter what.
I think in
Is
the
that
new
how-
charter, it's between the select board and the town manager.
Right.
You can't delete a job or add a job without a vote. But who does what job and where is entirely up to the board and the town manager.
well, it's essentially no different than when we add a position, right? When we added
would
admins over
still
the
have
past
to-
couple years, or we added transfer station
No,
positions
but
over
in
the
your new
past.
charter, Jessica,
Yeah,
it says you can't delete a job or add a job without a vote.
Correct.
A town vote. But who does what job and
Right.
where is entirely up to you guys
the
and the
function.
town manager, correct?
I thought there was only specifications in the section 200 and, I don't know. But the section that describes being able to merge and change jobs had some language.
You know,
I don't have a copy.
New
of it.
role.
I
I
actually
mean,
have
I
that
have seen
here. It says 4.2.7 changes to elements of town government. Elements of town government may be added or removed as necessary to improve, streamline, or increase the efficiency of town government. Elements may be removed or added through ordinance or town meeting warrant. But as far as who does what job when and how is between the board and the manager.
well, in this
because it's
case, we're not,
addressed.
and in this instance, we're not adding or removing an element.
Right.
An
you're-
element is a job function.
You're combining, reorganizing and consolidating. I probably have that tag too. A, the board may establish new employment positions, discontinue positions, or consolidate positions as necessary to improve, streamline, or increase the efficiency of town government. Any changes to employee positions, additional consolidation, et cetera, must comply with the personnel policy and be approved by an affirmative vote of 3 board members. That was a good one, thank you.
So that's for July 1, correct?
Well, are we picking and choosing when we use it? There was some discussion the other night about that people, you were using it, I don't know, for elections or something. There was some discussion about, so, I don't know. I don't know the answer to
Depending
that
when the
either.
election would be.
Well, in the past town charter, it says they have full authority on positions.
I know you guys put the work in and all this stuff. I've never heard, I mean, I know it's, and you're discussing it. You haven't, have you all voted on this
We have-
yet?
We
At
have
all?
voted on nothing related to this budget. We created the budget during workshops and this is my understanding of the process. And then present it to budget committee, have this conversation, and we don't finalize this with a vote until after this discussion.
So
Otherwise, we would be coming in and saying, this is what we voted on, everyone.
so do we want to
Take it or leave, right?
Salary then? And give the budget committee a chance to look at salary?
I'm fine with it.
And see if we,
What's our timing like?
Yeah, timing is kind of tight. So when would you be able to meet again?
What's the timing?
I
When does it
believe
have to
Yeah,
be
what's
done?
tight?
Yeah, Lindsay's not
Lindsay
here.
has all that
Lindsay has all those
information.
dates.
I think she was shooting for a public hearing the beginning of May.
May.
We can half away.
What was certain timelines that we have to meet with that, right?
Before-
Before we go to
Yeah.
meeting. That's
We
why.
have to have
Yeah,
a
well,
public
that would
meeting.
extend your public
No, we
hearing
have,
time
we
out,
can't
right?
insert any more money
Yeah.
articles.
That would push that out.
While
It
we're,
was like
while we're
45
doing
and
this,
30 days
are
or something
we
like that. Sorry.
working under this existing charter or are we doing this in the future charter?
So
I
I
think
think-
that is up for discussion because we're doing it now, so it's the existing charter,
Correct.
but it's for next year, so
Kind of a hybrid.
Charter.
Yeah.
either way, what you've done is, I don't think.
I think either
violates
way, it
either
complies
one.
with either
No.
charter at this point.
No.
Again, no decisions, like this hasn't been voted on. This is,
Because I think, was it just one thing that we changed the numbers on compared to the board, the 2,500? Yeah, because basically we were in agreement with you guys and everything else except for we did 2,500
And the
for
contingency.
the funding that contingency instead of 5,000. That was the only thing that we differed on from you guys.
That was just contingency, it wasn't.
Yeah.
funding,
Yeah.
Contingency.
Yeah, it was general admin, no, sorry, it's contingency claim of page 7.
Yep.
That was the only thing that we differed.
Because
from
last
your numbers
sessions, we
on.
had one we thought we'd talk about, right?
I'm sorry.
Because of our time with the employees, we thought we had one we would discuss and possibly adjust to. I sent out an email.
Yeah,
One
was
of the
this
salaries.
For
morning?
the salaries,
Yeah,
yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
The next meeting?
I wonder,
we don't have anything scheduled yet,
No.
like workshop wise.
No matter what, it's gonna have to be quick, because I know there's a lot of deadlines that need to be made.
And that's
Are
due
you-
to salary study, just to be clear too. This wasn't, we've been working on budget since, I don't know when at this point.
November?
So the reason
November,
the salary part is sort of the last piece is because of the study. So I don't want people to think that I don't know. I just know sitting on the other side of it, I used to wonder those things like, why did they wait so long? So I just want to make sure that everybody's clear. That was what we were waiting on for that piece of it.
well. It's where the Mexican standoff.
Well, do you want to go through the rest of the things with them? I mean, there's only one
I didn't-
difference in
I didn't think there was
salary.
anything that we didn't
So,
agree on, other
Just
than
the 2,500.
2,500, that's about it.
And one item.
But it's the select board meeting with the budget committee, so.
I don't need to go all through it, and
I don't need to go through line by line. I think we need to just figure out what that deadline is specifically so that you all have time to meet, we all have time to meet. And then we-
Lindsay said at the last selectmen's meeting.
Right.
The 1st of May for money items, the 15th or 16th for non-money items.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because I remember her saying it. I just couldn't remember the dates.
I knew it was May.
Well, I kind of want to, I mean,
You
it
guys,
seems that there's members of this board that have already decided what they want to do because they paid attention to workshops and whatnot, and they think it's a great idea, and then there's other of us that don't.
It's not that it's a great
And-
idea, it's just,
Wrong choice of words, but I mean, am I gonna like wait a week, take in all this information, and then we're gonna vote, and I'm gonna die on this hill alone, or what? I mean, I don't know.
But out of fairness, I want to give people time to process it. If people need time to process and have a discussion, I want to put something before the people that isn't going to, I want to get to town meeting and hopefully have like a decent town meeting where if a decision needs to be made and it's a crappy one, we make it together. And if it's something else that, you know what I mean? I don't want this to be what it's been in the past, what I've observed, right? That's my personal goal. I can't speak for everybody else. I would hope everybody else is in the same page, but
I'd rather, I mean, I think it's something that the people would have to decide. And so in order to do that, we can reduce the monetary value, but we cannot increase it. Then it would be my opinion that we really rip the Band-Aid off and go with the higher number and bring it to the people and let the people decide what they want to spend and what they're willing to do with these increases. I mean, I feel like in the other regards, we've done a good job in these times, even though there's increases.
I hear you.
Where are you? Go to the grocery store, you know, everything's high.
My concern is that we have not cut this budget one bit. Not anywhere. We've gone up on
$2,500
everything.
we got.
And that's, you know, I remember if you were on the budget committee last year, sitting at town meeting, when everybody was like, nope, we're gonna go with the select board, we're gonna go with the select board. So, and that's great, that's what I feel like should happen, that's the will of the people. But like right now, do you know what the increase, if everything that we put in so far, without the salaries, what percentage we're at for an increase?
Without the salaries?
Without the salaries?
That was the first page
Yeah,
I
it's
gave
in,
you.
it's in here.
$549,000
What is that?
and 83 cents added to the mill rate.
Yeah, that one.
1170 is the mill rate now. And it would go up $1.07.
So what that would mean, Amber, to say, if you owned a $350,000 house on,
Oh, yeah, I already figured that out.
Looks like around
Just based-
7% or something.
Just based on my own taxes, that's almost $700,
Yep.
just for myself.
Oh my God.
it's $375 on a $350,000 home.
So I'm gonna,
I mean, I worry, you know, myself, we're in a two-family, we have two families at work. There are a lot of people in this town that they are one families, they're already struggling. Their taxes going up is gonna be devastating. And I feel like, where else can we cut the budget? If this is not a viable option, where else can we cut that help the people in the town keep their money so they can survive?
So without salaries and benefits, it's around $280 for a $350,000 home.
And adding salaries, that was the what'd you say, 380?
$375 on, if you add all of the salaries at Carte Blanche, and
Hey, guys, can we keep down, please?
so it's a difference of like $95 on a $350,000 home.
for the 702.
For the 702 and to go with either on the 702 and not include salaries and benefits, or the 702 and the plan that the board came up with, which would net you a $20,000 credit. So it'd be roughly the same.
You're looking at an expansion in this building in the fairly near future, depending on how you operate it. It's not, right now, you don't have any room. And I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, but part of my consideration in this plan was that we had enough room. We didn't have to build right now. Eventually, sure, we've got to make the place bigger, I guess. But I don't know. I'm a little, world situation bugs me right now. Maybe that's neither here nor there. But the other part that weighed on me with doing this along was the budget we put forth with the structure we did. We'd have enough room. We wouldn't have to add on to town hall right now. We could kind of ease, take our time, get all our ducks in a row. Maybe I'm all wet. Maybe next year things are 10 cents on a dollar. Interest rate dives. It's a fantastic time to build. But if it is not, we can be a little more careful. And I'm just speaking for me.
We're gonna have to expand the town hall, and we're not gonna do it right now anyways. We don't even have studied it, what we're gonna do. So we're at least 2 years away from a town hall, at least 2 years.
Well,
So, I mean, if, we shouldn't use this, if this passes and we get the way it is, we shouldn't use that as an excuse to not to proceed on a town hall expansion.
I'm fine with
I
that.
mean, we need a town hall
No,
expansion.
absolutely.
I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying
But
is,
just the way you were saying it, was like,
yes,
now we can put that off a little.
we don't have to rush. We can look at it. We
Yes,
can
I
use,
think we do have to rush,
well,
because it's 2 years away if we start today.
yeah, but if you don't absolutely need it, like right now, if you go with your current manning, you can't even seat a town manager. Don't have an
I
office for
understand
it.
that too, but what I'm just saying is if we, I mean, we shouldn't take this as an opportunity to delay
No.
anything.
And to clarify, we're not delaying, that is in process.
We already have delayed it 2 years.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna delay it.
We put
Yeah,
money
it's-
into
it's
it.
in
We've had,
process.
yeah.
It's going.
Yeah, there's.
But
we
there's
have-
budget going into
You know.
this.
we have,
It was gonna be on the agenda the other night, but.
Yeah.
But this
One of the deleted items.
what's
Yeah.
to satisfy the charter
Table.
fairly soon, so. And like I say, just me.
How many days left in April? Anybody have a calendar?
10,
10?
it's
So
420, man.
we have 10 days or so to figure this out. If financially it has to be done, the financial end has to be done by May 1st.
But-
The financial end,
When's your public hearing,
well, that would have to be moved as well.
right? And then do you have enough?
no, you only
time?
have 6 working days.
Yeah,
Right.
You don't have 10. Yeah, you have 6 working days, counting tomorrow.
And I don't think the public hearing has to be moved because we've already
Yeah, you've
communicated
already
it.
announced it, right?
We've already done the notice, I believe. I'll have to check with Lindsay.
But we'd have to meet before then.
When's the public hearing? You would put it out already?
I can't speak 100% to that. I gotta check with Lindsay, I'm sorry. There's too many dates and too many,
So we literally would have to meet Monday or Tuesday next week ultimately, then get back together.
Well,
Everything would have to be done next week.
if you all wanna do it tonight,
Well,
that's up to you.
I would like a little more information.
I would like some time to do it. I feel like if I had to decide tonight, I would go with the high number because I want the people to decide and they want some time, And I understand we haven't done a lot of cutting and we increased also the personnel and we went and increased the personnel in the fire department. Because that was something that needed to happen in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I was all for ripping the Band-Aid off one time. I don't have all the answers. I just don't.
I didn't see one. Is there a meeting Monday here?
us, no.
Select board, no.
Or are you guys? I mean, I can make it work. Do you guys want to meet Monday? Is that enough time?
I can meet Monday.
Do we know if the room is available?
I don't know.
That would be the.
Where did we voted, we met in Jeanette's office once.
Yeah, laptop.
Yeah, but we have to have this
Oh, we can
all,
do the same thing.
I mean,
Unless they're using the Zoom out here, then I think that we can. They're using it here.
Or is there some written material about that stuff, Michelle, that you guys had? on the-
No, that was just
on the other
Googling
towns?
I did. I thought I remember seeing something in the study, but. I could be
Lindsay,
bonkers.
There's stuff I believe in the study as part of
Right.
MMA too, and I believe Lindsay has all that
Yeah,
information.
'cause that's my concern, is that I just feel that we're putting an awful lot on the town manager.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong, I could be
Well-
changed, but.
That's fair.
Let me clarify one thing that I learned this today because we're waiting for the job descriptions to come from the consultant. And in talking with Lindsay, they had told her back a ways it was going to be difficult for them to write a job description for the select board clerk because it is so close to the town manager's responsibilities.
I guess it's difficult for me to
So,
consider that the select board clerk is gonna have the responsibility for all the personnel and all, I mean, I don't understand why somebody can't write two different job descriptions on that. It looks like a big.
all I'm telling you is what the consultant says.
The select board clerk is 48,000 and the town manager is 100,000. So if it's the same job description, I'd like to apply for it.
Go ahead.
Well, you can.
You can.
Go ahead.
But there's no-
Anybody can.
Anyone can.
Like I say,
Sure. I get it.
And I can be, I was not privy to any of this before tonight.
Sure, that's fair.
We've been living it for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well, but see, nobody's laid it on us until all of a sudden.
Well, the public
Again.
hearing, we have had workshops that you are more than welcome to come to, Dave.
I don't remember any workshops that specifically talked about cutting the town clerk and.
And it was the last workshop we had, it was all laid
It was
out.
all public.
It was all public,
This was, how long ago?
2 weeks ago, last
Okay,
week.
that's-
Last
we've been
week.
Working
It
on
was
the
last
budget
weekend, the
since.
week before.
We
January.
just got the
I
information in.
understand that.
You
From
guys
the
got the
consultant.
information April 2nd, if I remember correctly, from the company. And then you guys had a meeting right after that
Mhm.
with raw numbers, because even you guys were like, what? And you talked about it then, and then you talked about it a lot the following week.
Like-
Like last
Like
week.
Michelle said, there's been Brad and Michelle that have been in the room.
Yeah, well, I just assumed that if you were gonna talk about stuff that budget committee should be privy to, you would have invited us to the meeting.
We're invited.
That would be all
You are
the,
ready
It's
to
a
go.
public-
but that would, in fairness, that would be
You're not
all the
getting a
budget,
special one.
right?
Right? Get a plane to fly overhead with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a banner? Hey, we're
That's
meeting.
a bad signal.
But I understand, I will say, I understand what you're saying and needing time to digest it, because we did the same thing, so.
Well, we did get the study. You guys emailed that to us.
Yep.
We did get that in advance, but I understand why you didn't email this to us in advance, because you wanted to talk to the employees first.
That was the big
And that
one.
was the biggest thing.
And Dave, there's a nice article in the M&A Town magazine that they send out from the Bath town manager. And that lays it out. He does literally everything in that
Is there a
town.
copy of that online?
I don't know if it's online, but I think we have a copy over at the library,
Probably
so.
go. It's online?
Is it online?
Yeah, we probably got a
Okay.
hard copy in there.
So where are we gonna go with this? You guys gonna meet on Monday?
Do you wanna-
I think that's.
Give you time to-
Behind us, then, but can you guys keep that night after us, maybe? Maybe we could-
Oh, you want me to go to another meeting? Hold on.
I mean, this is the only issue left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything else has been approved. It's, we're,
Yep.
this is our last issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
So if somebody's
So do the
talking
same.
about writing up a warrant, they can
Yeah.
write it up.
We can start at
Up as
6,
far as
maybe
here.
start at 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah, is that enough time for you guys? Half an hour, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I just,
If Jeanette can get us the information they want.
Sorry, were you talking about Monday or when?
Yeah.
or-
Monday.
Monday.
I just want to digest this stuff. That's all.
Yeah.
I-
Fine.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. But that was the big, we wanted to talk with the employees first.
Oh,
We didn't
yeah, I
want it
understand.
leaking out because the changes and there was a lot there.
I'm sure it was. And I also, I saw some fallout and some emotions from not just one employee, but a few and like,
I appreciate, I respect all of that. None of this is easy and I don't have all the answers either. So I
I get it.
appreciate that people want to take time.
So you guys are gonna meet Monday at 6? And you guys are gonna meet at Monday,
to be
6:30?
continued.
what time?
Just like tonight?
6:30,
6:30?
6:45, so in case we're,
Sure.
Yeah.
that gives us 45 minutes to discuss amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Very much.
I think
Yeah.
we'll-
And there's nothing
We're gonna
else
make
you
it
guys-
available.
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, do you guys,
They got nothing else glaring, so it ought to
Do
go
we-
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agreed on everything, except for 25, we all.
And we don't vote in a workshop.
Huh?
We don't do any votes in a workshop. I'm just saying, we wouldn't vote on
you
all the
guys need to
rest.
vote, all your other
Yeah, we've
stuff.
already
We would vote on all of
that.
that. You voted on everything
Yeah.
else. Okay.
To vote.
That whole section's done.
Do we
So-
want to change it to a meeting instead of a workshop? We've got.
It
No,
needs
we
to
can
be a
vote.
meeting.
7 days.
Oh,
They can't vote, you can't
We
vote
can't vote
unless
either
it's a
'cause we
meeting.
don't have 7
because you
days.
all just had a meeting before this. Gotcha. I'm like over here ready to take
Well,
a
we
motion,
call
make a
it,
motion.
we posted yours as a meeting as well, so you could vote.
Oh,
You
I'm
could
sorry.
do-
I
you
thought
could
I was
do
just
that
at a
now,
workshop.
You just don't need us for that.
You don't do that, yeah, you're.
There's one outstanding other issue. So that where you didn't agree, because usually when we meet together, it's because to discuss things you didn't agree on. The select board, voted for a contingency fund at 5,000. The budget committee voted it for 2,500. So what do you want to do with that?
Make it zero.
How does that work? Do I just make,
So we're in a meeting, so
Do
we
you have
can,
any questions for them as to why they voted and
no, I know it's not a fun, that was more me just because I'm new and I was like, what do we do if something like Bungana happens, right? Where all the trees are down,
Correct,
you know what I
right.
mean? Or you still have a deductible to meet even if you process an insurance claim. So there's a lot of things. So that was just where my logistical brain went. So I get it.
so if you're good, then
yeah, because it's
So-
been brought up so many times and
Yeah.
we just don't have any money,
So-
not a dime.
Right.
So correct me if I say this incorrectly, but I make a motion that we accept the budget committee's recommendation to change the contingency fund to $2,500.
that works.
All right, I'll second that.
Discussion?
David?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Done.
Okay, there, so we'll meet back. I guess you guys are all set.
So do we don't have to vote on every item?
No, you
or-
have to go and vote your
Okay.
items.
Oh, I was,
You don't need us for that.
Yeah, if they want to stick around.
you don't want to watch me fumble through motions.
Oh, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We hear a second on the
I second.
motion for the budget committee. to adjourn.
Ah,
Not you
son of
guys, I
a.
don't get to do that yet.
Thought we were in this together tonight.
So Monday night, 6:00.
And Monday night, 6:45. Okay.
Michelle, we're still waiting.
Yes, I'm not,
Oh, okay, you're gonna stay?
do you want me to, yes, I can stay. And I'll
Okay,
say- yes, I
thank
can.
you.
Yes.
Have a good night.
All right.
Okay, for you guys, we were on the operating section.
Operating section.
I didn't touch anything. No, sorry.
That's all your salary crap.
Are we gonna discuss Shirley or no?
Yep. So I figured this was the packet we
This
were,
is
okay,
what we gotta work on.
okay.
See my email.
Are you
I
all set?
did. No.
So we need, that's your salary stuff.
Budget operating.
Yep,
I'm getting there.
All right, get me where I'm supposed to be.
you're there.
I'm there.
I get that. See, there's so many things that I want people to decide, not me.
So operating.
And I thought it took me 2 months and I beat it.
So sorry.
Okay, can we take our conversations outside so we can continue, please? Thank you.
Sorry.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky.
Okay, general admin,
Okay.
we've been over these budgets, you
Yep.
sent it to the budget committee on page 5. It's $136,115. Budget committee voted $136,115. What's your pleasure?
I have to say the amount in the motion.
Probably should.
So I make a motion that we fund general admin at $136,155.
I'll second
15.
that.
Oh,
15.
115.
We're doing it
Everyone
too.
heard that, right?
Yep, I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Was John a nay?
Yeah, no.
He
No, he
raised his
raised
hand.
his hand.
Okay, sorry.
All right, elections, page 6, $13,561. Budget committee voted $13,561.
I make a motion that we fund elections at $13,561.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, general admin insurance services, $43,978. Budget committee voted $43,978.
I make a motion that we fund general admin insurance services at $43,978.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contingency, budget committee voted $2,500. You just agreed to $2,500. You need to make a vote.
I move we fund that at $2,500 per budget committee recommendation.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Animal welfare, $8,457. Budget committee voted $8,457.
So moved.
I'll second it. Do you want the number?
We'll let it go this time.
We'll let this one go, but we're gonna give numbers.
Okay,
So we got a second discussion?
that was 8457.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Health and Human Services, general assistant, $1,000. Budget committee voted $1,000.
I make a motion that we fund health and human services at $1,000.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Health and Human Services, Social Services, $1,131. Budget committee voted $1,131.
I move we fund health and human services at $1,131.
A second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Good for something tonight.
Roads, $814,350. Budget committee voted $814,350.
Susan, fund.
I make a motion we fund roads at $814,350.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Buildings and grounds. That goes to page 16. But $795,511. Budget committee voted why am I off there?
It's the next page, right? 16 at the top. Is that
No, she's off
794,
between the
831?
board and the budget. She's off by it.
Ooh.
Oh. Nope, they revoted that tonight. That's on this paper. Okay, so we added 2 porta potties at Bunganut, $795,511. Budget committee voted $795,511.
I move we accept $795,511.
We're all doing it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
I was
Aye.
right here ready to bail you out.
Yeah.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Yeah. I was hoping if I said it fast, it wouldn't sound like so much. I couldn't even do that.
I wish.
Those are good, thank you. Transfer station,
Talk the next one.
$335,340. Budget
Make-
committee voted $335,340.
Make a motion that we fund the transfer station at $335,340.
I'll second that.
Se-
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Parks and Rec, $8,960. Budget committee voted $8,960.
I make a motion, we fund Parks and Rec at $8,960.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Reserves, computer reserve, $10,000. Budget committee voted $10,000.
I move that we accept 10,000 for the computer reserve.
I'll second.
I'll se-
I was trying to give you a turn
That's all right.
next time.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Blame it on lag,
14.
Dave.
We're skipping ahead, actually. We're cruising by it
Okay.
to building reserves.
Building reserves, $10,000. Budget committee voted $10,000.
I make a motion that we fund building reserves at $10,000.
I'll second
I
that.
will second.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
You gotta get a little
Gotta get
quicker,
Dave.
Dave.
Okay, Dave gets a turn next time. Let's-
Yeah,
let's-
I gotta get out my 6 gun.
You would feel it, Jeopardy.
I gotta draw quicker.
Yeah. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Just need a
Okay.
bigger gun.
This is yours now. Come on now.
Oh, We'll let Jeanette say
Jeanette's
it.
gotta go first.
Revaluation reserve, $18,674. Budget committee voted $18,674,674.
I lost the number. Son of a gun.
$18,764.
No,
$670.
$18,764.
No, that's
No.
not your motion.
I got
No.
dyslexic a moment.
$18,674.
There we go.
All right, somebody make the motion.
Holy cow. I make a motion that we fund reserves contract services at $18,674.
I'll
Dave?
second.
I'm like, come on, don't fail me again.
Discussion? All in favor?
Ooh.
Vote him off the island here in a minute.
South Waterboro Road, $50,000. Budget committee voted $50,000.
I'll make a motion to fund South Waterboro Road for 50,000.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Capital improvement reserve, $15,000. Budget committee voted $15,000.
I'll make a motion for the reserve account, 15,000.
Where's that?
I lost you here.
Right here.
Okay.
Oh, you're coming to the little box here?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
We voted
Each-
separately.
Okay.
Sorry, yep,
I
okay.
actually found one.
Thank you.
All right, so
Motion by Dave.
motion by Dave.
Second,
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Almost said say aye.
Resident disaster relief, $5,000. Budget committee voted $5,000.
I'll make a motion to fund the disaster relief for $5,000.
second.
Discussion?
I just want to clarify that that's a revolving, right? So the balance of that all these carry
Correct,
forward.
these are all revolving, and I gave you an updated revolving.
I see that. I just want to, yeah, okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Sorry, that was my discussion.
No, oh, that's fine. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Fire hydrant reserve fund, $4,000. Budget committee voted $4,000.
Make a motion to fund the fire hydrant fund for 4,000.
Second,
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Benefits reserve fund, $7,715. Budget committee voted $7,715.
I move we fund that at $7,715. But the benefits reserve account, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Charter Commission Reserve Account, $1,000. Budget Committee voted $1,000.
I make a motion, we fund Charter Commission Reserve Account at $1,000.
I'll second.
Discussion?
Yes. Jess, was that supposed to be 1,000 or 10,000?
1,000 because it's a reserve account to carry forward until next time the charter needs to be addressed. So there's
For
funding
like
there.
10 years.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
GMFR Vehicle Reserve Fund, $60,000. Budget Committee voted $60,000.
I make a motion, we fund the GMFR Vehicle Reserve Fund at $60,000.
I'll second.
It says 50 on mine.
No, it doesn't.
I'm a little, I'm
Oh,
confused.
flip the page.
21, page
Oh,
21.
All right.
But what happened to,
So this is last year.
oh,
Page 21, top of.
Oh.
Got it?
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So do we have a motion on
So I
that?
made a motion.
Okay, we need a second.
I second.
Go ahead.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Facility, GMFR Facility Fund, $16,000. Budget Committee voted $16,000.
I make a motion, we fund the GMFR Facility Reserve Fund at $16,000.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
GMFR Buildings Reserve Fund, $14,000. Budget Committee voted $14,000.
Make a motion that we fund the GMFR Building Reserve Fund at $14,000.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Outsourced General Admin, page 23, top. $194,200. Budget Committee voted $194,200.
Wait a minute, where are you again?
Page
Oh.
23.
I move we fund outsourced general admin at $194,200.
I'll second that.
Discussion. Does this have, tie into the RFPs that we just opened? This funding
For the IT
for
services.
the IT services?
Yes,
Do we know if we've budgeted enough?
I have no idea, but you got to do your budget.
Okay, Mom.
I mean, we can take our best guess.
Okay, I just
Well, we
want
gotta
to,
remember we have the computer reserve as well. So
Yeah, that
hardware
Okay.
would be part of
Point.
that.
okay,
Yeah,
This
I
would
don't,
be
I
the
don't
service.
know.
yeah, we don't know, I
We
mean,
could do that all day long, but at some point we have to.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember discussing that though, when we did make some assumptions. That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking
were
for.
we gonna change the date of the timing of that
Fiscal
RFP? That was-
That's why we did it now, so it lines up with the fiscal year.
Okay, I knew there was something there. Okay, thank you.
Yep. you're
All in
welcome.
favor?
Wait a minute.
Aye.
wait a minute. No, do you have a front?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, go ahead, sorry. I caught up now.
You want my hand
We
raised?
passed it.
Like what? Okay, what? am I doing?
Outsourced other. Page 24, $190,000, $190,389. Budget Committee passed it, and I'm not gonna say it again.
I make a motion, we fund outsourced other at $190,389.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Outsourced GMFR, $630,190.
I make a motion, we fund outsourced GMFR at $630,190.
I'll second
No
that.
second.
Discussion?
I'm giving it to Dave. John has a bunch.
All in favor?
Aye.
Other CIP. Last one. $44,335. Budget committee voted for $44,335.
Make a motion, we fund other CIP at $44,335.
I'll second.
I'm like, don't all second at once.
Discussion? All in favor? I can't say anything until I get a second.
Aye.
Okay, it's been fun. It's been real.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
Jeanette, I have one, well, let's turn
We're
everything off.
not, yeah, I don't know where Michelle went.
Oh, there's just a red stop at the bottom. If you, the mouse, if you go to the bottom of the screen, see, I think it says like stop or,
End stream?
yep. I did it for one of the zoning